friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations, and I'm Nova, and I am so happy to see you today. Hopefully you and your loved ones are doing well and taking care of the best that you can. It is Monday, so for one, I hope you guys had a great weekend. Let me know down in the comments what you got up to this weekend. Did you do anything fun? I actually got out a little bit this weekend, and I worked on a tutorial. Overall, a good weekend, and I'm pretty proud of myself for going outside of my comfort zone a little bit. Anyway, about it, Mondays here are Magical Mandala Mondays. So today I have for you my mandala blanket update. It is week 2, and you guys, if you want to join in and you haven't yet, you still have plenty of time. You can join in at any point during this crochet along or make along. And if you would like to share your blanket as you're working on it at any point, not required, and not required that you update me weekly or anything like that. You can just do it whenever you want to. My email is in the description box below this video, and it is novagnomecreations@gmail.com. You can just send me an email with mandala as the subject line, pop your pictures in, and the only thing I need in that email is your name so I know what to call you when I make the video. Other than that, you can put any information you want or no information, totally up to you. You might want to put things like the yarn that you used or the hook that you used or the story of how you chose your colors or whatever, anything you want. Or, like I said, you don't have to say anything. But if you would like to do that, you are totally welcome to and highly encouraged to. At the end of this video, I will be doing a little montage of all of your guys' makes that you have sent in for your blankets. So stay tuned to see the different kind of variations that this blanket can work up into, and maybe even a few other blankets, because I did open this up so that if you would like to crochet along and hang out and chat, for the kind of vibe of crocheting along on a blanket with me, you can send in your blanket that you're working on, even if you already are working on a blanket and it's not this one. Totally fine. So there might even be some bonus other blankets that you've never seen before. Okay guys, let's jump into it. I've got some crochet and chat for you. Alright guys, I am just getting everything situated for some little crochet and chat while I work on my blanket. Let's get my pattern all propped up here. There we go. It's kind of sticking out there, but oh well. Alright, so I've got my project, and when I told you guys last week, or what I told you guys last week was I had kind of stretched on this a little bit, just kind of to relax the stitches. Sometimes I do that when I'm crocheting to help it lay more how it's going to lay. But the reason I was also doing it was because I'm trying to figure out if I need to up my hook size. There we go. Now I got my pattern tucked away more because it is curling just ever so slightly, and I'm still not sure if I need to. So I'm going to continue with the 6mm, I think, but after this round, I think I'll know a little bit better if I want to switch up to a 6.5. Because remember, I told you guys my original blanket was a 6.5. Or not my original blanket, but when I've done it in the past, I did it with a 6.5. But this time I, for some reason, without thinking, started with a 5mm because it was just what I had on hand. I'm trying to move stuff. I have way too much stuff on my desk. Too many whips. I mean, let's be honest, there's no such thing as too many whips. Okay, there maybe is, but we don't have that bad juju. No such thing. But there is a such thing as too many whips on my desk. Okay, there we go. So what I'm thinking is, if it's still curling after this round, I'll switch to a bigger hook. Like I said, I accidentally started with a 5mm. What color do I want to use next? But yeah, I accidentally started with a 5mm, and then I switched to a 6, which might be okay, but we'll see. Let's bring that one up here and this one up here. So I am just about to start on round 11. I did rounds 1 through 10 for my week 1. And right now I've got my white and my red, my Ivana's Choice, and my Department 71 Holiday Lights yarn that I think I'm going to bring in coming up soon. And then I would like to start using this a little bit too. Like I said, I did use it for this slip stitch round, but it only took a little bit, so it only kept one color in. I might have to wait till I get further in the blanket to really get good use out of that yarn. And what I might actually do is, because when I get further in the blanket, there'll be more stitches in each round, and this yarn will get more of a chance to change colors, because I pulled out all of the red from the beginning and it was this much. So I'm thinking at this point in the blanket, I might only get one color change, like no color change, you know. I might want to wait. But I do have just like a straight up variegated Christmas yarn that changes color like every inch. And I might grab that. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and grab that. So bear with me for just a second while I run away. But it's like right behind me. This one, I haven't actually used it, but it's Big Twist. But I would like to get a little bit of color. You know, if I'm wanting to put variegated in here, I need to start putting it in. I don't want it to like start super late. So I went ahead and grabbed that. This is Big Twist in the colorway of Merry and Bright, and this is their value yarn, because they started doing variegateds in their value yarn, which I'm so happy about. Okay, now that I'm all situated, this yarn I'll still have to find the center pull. I don't know if this is probably going to be the outside. And a lot of times to find the center pull, I just kind of pull out a little bit of yarn barf and and just start using it rather than really trying to find the center. But I'll give it a shot. I'll see if I can find the center right away. Merry and bright. Oh, I did it. Oh my gosh, that never happens. Oh, I think it's gonna pull out a little yarn barf anyway. So that white is like got some stripey going on from the color transfer. That's pretty funny. All right, I kind of want to use this next. Well, let me take a look and see what's coming up next. Okay, next round, join with a single crochet in any double crochet, chain 1, skip next double crochet, single crochet in the next double crochet, chain 2. Okay. Is this a round that's setting up the next round? What are we going to be doing? Yeah, we're going to be putting petals. We're going to be doing petals in the chain spaces. Or single crochet in the chain space, and then do a petal into the chain 2 space. So I'm going to be having some, this is going to be a smaller round, shorter stitches because they're single crochets, and then the next round we're going to get like a little bit more texture because it's going to be petals. So I think I'll do white because my trend so far has been white for the like smaller stitch rounds, if you can see what I'm saying, kind of the setup rounds, kind of just trying to stick that to the side. So I'm gonna go ahead and do white. So let me know down in the comments what you are working on, if you have anything fun going on. I'm gonna move this over a little. I hope I'm in frame. I didn't realize how far over I was. Well, you guys haven't missed anything if I wasn't in frame, since I was just floundering around figuring out what I'm doing. But yeah, let me know what you guys are working on. I'm gonna join with a single crochet. into any of the doublies. Let me get situated here. I know I can just like straight up join with a single crochet. There we go. And I'll just leave that tail to weave in. Mostly I don't really crochet over my tails in this project just because I really want to make sure they're secure. I mostly just go back and sew them in. But I will give you guys a little piece of advice with a project this big if you've never done one. Make sure that you weave in your tails regularly. Because otherwise you are going to have a lot of fun when you go back and you have to weave in rounds and rounds and weeks worth of tails. Okay, so I think that's what I'm doing. Let me make sure. I'm going to single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, chain 2, skip 1. All right, so that is what we are on for round 11. As I will remind you guys, I am not doing a tutorial. I am just crocheting along with you guys, but there is a video tutorial that I will link in the description box that has a bunch of videos, breaks it down into sections, and shows you how to do it. It's by the Crochet Crowd, and it is a fantastic tutorial. So if you do need tutorial help, that is where you can find it. But thought I would pop on here and just start crocheting since you guys really liked the crochet and chat aspect of last time, so I want to make sure I give you guys an ample amount of that. Right now I just got done having some baby carrot sticks, and this ranch that is by Taco Bell, actually. It's an avocado ranch, and it is so good. And it is like good on everything. I've had it on salad, had it on baby carrots. Obviously, it's like a Taco Bell ranch, so you could use it on like tacos or, you know, chicken, like chicken strips. But it's not expensive either. It was like $2.10, I think. Something like that. It's not like a, you know, huge bottle, but like it's really not any more expensive than any other ranch, so barely more expensive than like the Great Value, because I think that one was like $1.90 or something. But like it's not even a store brand, you know, it's like a name brand and a specialty one, so I thought that price was fantastic. But I had that, and then now I'm having some iced coffee. So if you guys hear me every little bit, which I think I'll have some right now, you guys can hear the ice. Woo! That is my iced coffee. I'm doing a caramel macchiato, and then I put some pumpkin spice whipped cream on top. It is so good. Came from Aldi. Believe it or not, Aldi's got pumpkin spice whipped cream right now. Super good price too. I'm just giving you guys all of the like good price hacks. But yeah, I'm gonna do this round, and then I'm gonna really give myself an honest moment to see if I need to frog back and up my hook size, or if I think I can just up my hook size going forward and it be fine. Which like right now I do feel like if I do up my hook size, it's not like so, like it's not such a big deal. Like I could probably just not, but if I do up it, I think that I would be fine just upping it going forward, and I don't think I need to frog, you know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, feel like I'm gonna get some yarn barf. It's feeling a little rough here, guys. Yep. We're gonna have to pull out the yarn barf, I think. I'm gonna try to kind of disentangle it without pulling all of this out, but it's, yep, it's not happening. We're getting the yarn barf. Boom, boom, boom. In my last video, I was saying the dark side of crochet with all the tails on the back that I had to weave in. This is the other dark side of crochet, is the yarn barf. That's not a bad knot at all, though. It was just kind of, just a little bit tangled. But like, see this cupping? I'm not feeling super good about it. I'm actually going to stop right now and look at this and see what I think about this cupping. It's not bad. It's really not bad, and that's why I'm not sure if I need to go up, but I'm going to go ahead and go up to a 6.5 from the 6. That'll just make it a little bit bigger. Just a little bit, you know? Just a little bit. I'm just going to start in the middle of this row and see how it goes. And this is one of the things that I always say about crochet. There is no right or wrong way to do it. Like, maybe that's my excuse for me just, you know, being lazy sometimes. But I really do feel like if you make it work, that's all that matters. Like, if it comes out how you want it to come out, that's all that matters. It's a craft, you know? It's a craft. It's an art. There's no reason you have to do it like exactly cookie cutter a certain way. If you can like fudge it and make it work, like if your stitch counts are off and you can make it work, if your hook size is a little off and you can make it work, then you did it. Like, you did it right. You did a good job. That's my opinion anyway. Firm believer in the if it comes out how you want it to, you did it right. I'm actually currently working on a project for my, well, I don't want to spoil it. It's a little bit of a surprise, but I have a collaboration coming up later this month, and I'm working on a project for it, and it's my first time doing this specific type of crocheting, so, you know, I could do a little bit more research probably and make sure I'm doing it the right way, but I'm just kind of feeling it out because I get the concept of what I'm doing. And I was telling my hubby, I get the concept of what I'm doing without needing to like look it up and make sure I'm doing it the right way. And like, if I beat my head against it and it comes out how I want it to come out, then that's all that really matters. And I was having fun I didn't want to stop and research and see like, oh, what is the technical right way to do this? Because in my mind, I had a way that I was going to do it, and I'm doing it that way, if that makes sense. And I would just rather spend probably a lot more time on it, doing it and redoing it until I get it the way that I, you know, need to do it. But like, feel like I learned it on my own. I don't know. But I was just enjoying. I was sitting on the bed working on it. You know, I didn't want to go like get on my computer and like make it feel more like a chore. I was just I was having fun, like kind of enjoying myself. So sometimes I would rather just figure it out. All right, so I did that. When I get to this little cluster right here, this is where my rounds are all beginning and ending, and it's also where I'm weaving in my tails. So these stitches all just kind of become like a little clump of stitches after I weave in those tails. So I'm trying to figure out how this will go. To the last 3 double crochets. Chain 1, skip next double crochet, single crochet in the next one. Okay, 1 second, guys. I'm reading this last line of this round. So we chained 1, skip the next one. Hopefully that's the right spot. And then I lost my spot on the page. Where am I? Then we'll just do this. Like I said, this spot right here is a little messy because it's where I weave in all my tails. So it's kind of hard to like see the stitches super well right here. You can see where I've woven all my tails in, and this chunk right here and this chunk right here are just kind of all one piece from weaving in my tail. But that's okay. All right, before I go locking that in place, let's see how we're looking. Yeah, I think that that'll work. This side where I was using the 6.5, you can see it's already starting to relax a little bit more. And I think that this will work itself out as I keep going, so I'm not worried about it. Leave myself a tail for weaving in, and then if you didn't notice, I like to do a little chain when I'm tying off just so that it makes a little knot. And then that'll get woven in. And I will do like a few rounds before I weave in all my tails. Now I've got all this yarn barf over here that I really need to wind around my skein, but I'll just leave it for now because I might use it here again in a second, and then I'll just use up that yarn barf. But now I'm going to see about using this variegated. I am excited. I like color changes. I like switching to a new color. It's fun just seeing it come to life because like you really don't know how it's gonna look until you trust the process and it starts to come together. All right, so round 12. Oh, for round 12 I haven't written down a note yet. I like to I've told you guys this before, but I like to write down my way of reading a pattern or my way of writing a pattern next to or on a sticky note or whatever. Where's my pencil at? I like to write down like my way of reading it next to it or on a sticky note or whatever so that I can just refer to it really quick and easy. Try to put this outside of your guys' view. The pattern is free, but I still try not to show it on camera just because I don't want to get in trouble. All right, so let me read this real quick and write down my shorthand version. Okay, single crochet in chain 1, half double, double, triple, double, half double in chain 2. Okay, and it's that simple. Didn't really need to rewrite that one, but I've been rewriting all of them. Some of them are already rewritten on here from when I've done it in the past, but I like it like that. This looks like a little bit skinnier, just a smidgy bit. Maybe not. Anyway, we're going to join in the single crochet. Make sure I leave myself enough tail. Sometimes I have a tendency to forget to leave myself enough tail when I'm attaching on. So, just want to make sure I do that. I'm going to start in the same area. And actually, I will work over that tail because this is going to be a pretty densely filled little round here, so I'll work over my last round's tail and this round's tail. Whoop. Alright, gotta get into the flow of the row. Half double, a double, a triple, a double crochet, and then a half double. And that's going in that chain 2 space. And then just single crocheting in the 1. All right, I feel it, I feel it. This chain 2 is like a little bit tight, so I was looking at it like, is this a chain 2? But I think my tension was just a little tighter on that chain 2. That happens sometimes. But I am excited because I definitely have some submissions. Obviously, while I'm filming this, it is not Monday. Because I work on this. Oh, look, we're getting like little red puffs in the petals. That's so cool. Obviously, I work on this before Monday. And I've already got like 3 submissions for this video that I'm working on now. So I'm pretty dang excited. We're going to start getting some other people's blankets in here to look at. And I need to pull out more yarn. And then I also got tagged in one on Instagram, which I'm assuming is probably her way of wanting to be included. Some people email me, some people tag me on Instagram. I do recommend emailing me if you want to be included, because I do have a bad tendency of forgetting to include the ones that people like tag me on Instagram when they post them. Feel free to still do that. Like, of course, feel free to tag me on Instagram if you post. Please do tag me on Instagram if you post it. But if you want to be in the montage, the weekly video, I would recommend emailing it to me also, just because, you know, my little pea-sized brain will potentially forget to include you. I just don't think about Instagram, to be completely honest. It just is not something that is like on my mind. I very frequently, I'm like, oh right, Instagram, I should probably post there or check there. But I try not to spend like a copious amount of time scrolling on like Instagram or Facebook type of places. Mostly Facebook, but they can be pretty toxic environments. And I am like heavily influenced by the media that I consume. So I try to be really mindful of the media that I consume. And most of my media is on YouTube. You know, I've got my friends here that I've made, and I like to follow everybody and hang out on the YouTube streets. I'm sure you guys know how it is. I know at least some of you probably are in the same boat. What have I done? Oh, I was trying to single crochet into that single crochet instead of into the chain. I was like, okay, something's not right here. The math ain't mathin'. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving the variegation. So this is the big twist one, and I swear that I got a Red Heart Super Saver one of these last year. I was trying to stock up when I was able to make orders so that when it became Christmas time, I would actually have some of these fun, like, Christmassy yarns. And I thought I got a Red Heart Super Saver one, but I'm not sure. It wasn't with this one, which I would have thought I would have put them together. But I'll have to look a little bit closer and see if I see it. I wasn't really like looking for it. It was just when I was over there for 2 seconds, I was like, huh, thought I had another one of these. But like, you know, different brand. But yeah, this one is a variegated. And you know what? That Red Heart Super Saver one might have been a striping-y one too. I'm also bad about like noticing whether things are going to be striping or variegated. Because from the outside of the skein, they look pretty similar. But like in action, they perform very different from each other. So let's see what this is looking like. Ooh! So I started right here. I love that one. These are the petals. This is round 12. These petals. And look at how that's laying nice and flat. Perfect. Perfecto mundo. But I am loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I have no idea how long this video is already. How long is reasonable for you guys to hang out with me? I'm sure that completely depends on who you ask. There's probably some people that are like, ugh. I do occasionally get comments about being too long-winded. And I'm like, well, earlier on in my channel, that would have bothered me a little bit. I would have been like, oh, am I too long-winded? Like, I would have gotten self-conscious and stuff. But after reassurance from you guys and just some time, you know, of having a YouTube channel, I've realized you literally cannot be everybody's cup of tea. Like, you can't create content that is going to appeal to every single person. Some people want you to crochet and chat and hang out and just, like, talk about, you know, everything. Like, whatever's going on. Like, what am I drinking? What's going on in my day-to-day life? Like, you know, what's the weather like? Whatever comes out of my mouth. And then other people, like, they want me to get straight to the point. I just skipped my double crochet. They just want me to get straight to the point, no nonsense, like, you know, they don't want to, like, sit there. And that's totally fine. Like, I understand there's different strokes for different folks. And, like, if you're coming here looking just for, like, a tutorial, that's not, like, all I do. Like, I do tutorials, but I do other content. And even my tutorials aren't for everybody. Like, some people are like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I couldn't understand this, like, anywhere else. And then other people are like, wow, way too slow. Like, get to the point. So, I just do it the way that I do it, and they can decide. Everybody can decide on their own if this is a channel that fits them. Obviously, I do, you know, take into consideration what everybody wants to, but basically, I'm just saying, I can't please everybody. I do wish I could, but that's just not how it works. That's not how life works. Some little kernels of wisdom there, I guess, for everybody. Here's your reminder, guys. You cannot please everybody. There's like a quote that goes along with that. The saying goes, you can please some people all of the time. You can please all of the people some of the time, but you can't please all of the people all of the time. And that is from poet John Lydgate, but popularized, I guess, by Abraham Lincoln. But anyways, I am super stoked that you guys are joining in for this blanket, that you guys are getting hyped for it. I really wanted to do a little make-along, crochet-along type of thing for a while, because it's been ages. And, like, I feel like doing the mandala blanket really gets back to the roots. It was my first project of this sort, you know, my first, like, crochet-along or make-along or whatever. And did it with Mama Llama Kayla, and it was just, like, a big, it was a big growing point for my channel. It was when I started really posting my regular content. Like, I started posting, like, you know, multiple times a week and then daily and stuff like that. It was just like a time of growth, I feel like. And, like, everybody joining in and me really getting to see what the fiber community is about, like, making friends. And there's, like, a good chunk of you guys that are still here from way back then when, like, I first started my channel. And that was 2 years ago. 2 years ago when I did that collab. Well, I had started my channel before that, but, like, I was not posting, you know, super regularly and taking it all seriously before that, really. So, I do feel like this is honestly, like, a little emotional for me. And then also seeing everybody come together and want to do a project as a community and share with each other and get excited with each other, that always makes me feel so happy. I'm one of those people that when I'm, like, watching a movie and people, like, come together to work together on something, I like always cry. And it's like not even like nobody else is crying. It's not a moment that like you're supposed to cry really. But like, and it could be really like small, like not like a huge point of the movie, but like, you know, people start coming together to help and I'm like, oh my gosh. I get very emotional about that. That is like something that always triggers my emotions. Because that's like the best part of humanity, I feel like. Everybody probably watching like, what are you talking about? We're just making a blanket. Love you guys. You know I'm crazy. You know I'm crazy. But I am loving this so far. I think it looks so good. I'm really, really glad I grabbed this variegated. Like, ugh. Maybe I'm feeling emotional because I'm working with these joyful colors. And it's just like bringing out the emotional vibes. Almost done with this round. Look how gorgeous. Oh, and it's laying so pretty now. Look at that. That is stunning. I love it so much. So this is me about to be done with round 12. I'm going to go ahead and stop with the crochet and chat portion just because this is probably long. And also, I got to have something to surprise you guys with so you can see it come together. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the crochet and chat portion of the video. I have for you guys my blanket for week 2. I was able to get to round 20. I finished round 20. This thing got so much bigger in those last couple of rounds. Are you guys ready to see this? It is kind of massive now. I mean, obviously not massive like as far as like the grand scheme of it, but like it really blew up quite a bit in those last few rounds. I can no longer really photograph it on my desk at all. Like I literally tried to like push it back as far as I could and like put my arm under it. I think I'll insert a picture of that if they are even remotely decent. Like I said, it doesn't fit on my desk for a picture anymore. But here is what we are looking like. It's always hard to hold up round blankets because the top, like I don't have enough arms. I need like 6 arms to hold it at all the different angles and like have it all laying flat. But here is what we are looking like. So I last updated you guys with this gold round right here. This was round 10. So all of this was this week. And it added quite a bit of size to it. I used that variegated yarn that I had showed you guys. I used the green Holiday Lights one. This is that Vanna's Choice. Then I went ahead and brought in that Caron Simply Soft green that I hadn't actually brought in yet. Holiday Lights, this red one, then back to the gold. And then for these 3 rounds where like they say to use the same color, I went ahead and used a self-striping yarn. It was that Hirschner's one. And I thought this was a good opportunity because it would actually have time and a chance to change colors. So these 3 rounds, this single crochet right here round, the double crochets and these single crochets are actually all using the same yarn and letting it change colors as it wanted to. And it is a sparkly yarn as well. So all of the yarns in here are sparkly other than Vanna's Choice and this gold, but the gold is shiny. So, but I really like the Vanna's Choice in there. I think that dark red really really screams like Christmassy vibes to me. I don't know. I really think it kind of brings it all together. And it's soft. So, as far as like how soft all of these are, I actually have found that they're all pretty dang soft. Originally when I was like getting this Holiday Lights yarn, I was like, oh, it's not as soft as like Caron Simply Soft, you know, because of the metallic fibers. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why, but when it's worked up, it feels soft. Like, yes, you know there are metallic fibers in it, but like, I don't know, the yarn itself is incredibly soft, and the metallic fibers really aren't scratchy. So yeah, I'm finding all of it to be really soft. But yeah, I actually love it. Like I said, guys, the colors of this are just bringing me joy when I work on it. I find it so relaxing. It's working up perfectly, like flat and everything. You guys know I was I was fiddling around with the hook size of it, and I am very happy with what I've got going on with the hook size. But yeah, here's my poor attempt at trying to show it to you guys. It is starting to get to that size where it's difficult to show in a video. But wow, I am loving it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is week 2 of our mandala blanket. If you have started working on your mandala blanket, feel free to let me know how it's going. I know some of you guys were like really concerned about the skill level. You were like, I want to do it, but it looks intimidating. If you were one of those people, let me know how it's going. Like, are you being pleasantly surprised? Are you still too scared to like hit the play button on the video tutorials and like start making it? If you are, I highly encourage you to just give it a shot. I promise you, it is so much scarier looking. It looks so difficult, but like once you get going and if you follow the video tutorials, which I will link all of that stuff in the description box, by the way. Mikey at the Crochet Crowd did like a video tutorial playlist, breaking it down into like a bunch of videos, and he walks you through all of it. I will link the pattern, which is a free yarn inspirations pattern by Lisa Gentry. I will link the worksheet, which is another Crochet Crowd creation, CCC. Cool, calm, and collected. And I think that's everything that I will link in the description box. Oh, and I'll link my mandala playlist, because I've actually made this mandala before, and so have quite a few of you a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, almost to the year, or almost to the day, or almost to the month, something. Words, guys, words are hard. And so there are actually videos of this blanket when I made it before, and that's actually what I put on the back of my chair now, is my first one of these that I made. So I went ahead and brought it out and put it on the chair. So if you guys want to see that one being made, the playlist will be linked in the description box. And like I said, you can see more color combinations, because you guys have also, some of you guys have also submitted pictures a couple of years ago when I made this blanket. And I actually made a lap sized version of it, which I didn't like do like the whole blanket, and that was for my sister for at work. Like a little lap blanket, and I did that one in like mustards and like warm autumnal colors, like very much her vibe. And I think it came out so good. I used like different textures of yarn and like different like thicknesses and everything. It came out like really, really nice. I'm pretty dang proud of it. Honestly, I'm really proud of this one too. This is a blanket you can feel really proud of when you guys are done with this, and while you're working on it, you're gonna just be like constantly impressed with yourself, because it's beautiful and like it's fun to work on too. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I need something that like changes it up. I need to be changing up colors. I need to be changing up stitches. I'm not like a double crochet like an entire blanket person. I will get bored. I like have to like, I don't have the attention span for it. Like, my drive to work on it will go away if it is like just really repetitive. So something like this is perfect for me, and I am so happy to be working on it again. And the biggest part, working on it with you guys. So I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Happy magical mandala Monday, and I will see you guys again real soon. Bye guys. All right, first up we have Gail from Gorgeous Homestead. She sent this in like right after I did my video last week, and she was saying she did rows 1 through 12, or rounds 1 through 12, and this is going to be for her mother-in-law. She had commented that her mother-in-law is going through, I believe it was cancer, so she thought that she would enjoy this blanket, which I think is amazing. And she said that she had done the slip stitch round, of course, right before seeing my video where I talked about the slip stitch round, so she was still debating on whether she was going to go back and like redo it, but I totally understand not wanting to go back and redo it. I think it looks fantastic just the way that you did it. This next one is by Sunny, who is Creative Therapy on YouTube. She said that she isn't working on this blanket because she's in the process of working on a natural fiber wardrobe for herself, which sounds amazing. But the mandala pattern reminded her of this Shepyes 2019 cow that she participated in, and she wanted to share some pictures of it. I think this is absolutely stunning. Like, oh wow, that is so gorgeous. And she said that she really likes the Christmas colors that I switched to, and she's not even a big Christmas fan. I totally get it, but I love Christmas colors. They just give me such like joyful, happy vibes, if that makes sense. But I'm so glad you like it, and thank you for sharing your blanket. This next blanket is made by Jennifer Spain, and she has been crocheting and knitting since 1999 in the early 2000s, which is amazing. She goes by Jedi Dragoon online and runs a channel called Jedi Dragoon Makes. I don't know why I cannot speak. But she's working on like 4 blankets right now and decided to share one of them with us. This is her 6-day superstar blanket patterned by Betty McKnits using Hobie Carnival yarn. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. And I think you picked the perfect colors for this. Oh my gosh, you guys, Aussie Sandy over here killing it. She is already done with row 25. What? She said that she's loving the colors so far and absolutely loving the blanket. I am loving your blanket. It looks beautiful. You're doing such a good job. Dang, you are like just knocking right through it. This next one is by Kathy R., who has joined me before in making this mandala blanket. This time around, she said she's using scrap baby yarn, mostly sport weight, with a size 3 hook, and she has rounds 1 through 14 done. This is her 3rd time making it, and she said she's still enjoying it. Like, this is like a really fun, repeatable pattern. I really, really do feel that way. I'm loving this with the baby yarn. I think it's so cute and so pretty. I can't wait to see how that works up. And then we have our gorgeous Heidi B. She already has made this blanket and decided this time that she was going to make the Mandala Madness Afghan. This one is the Calming Comfort Crochet Afghan by the Crochet Crowd. She's loving how it's turning out. I also love how that's turning out. That is awesome. She said, please excuse the stitch marker in the middle. I do that to help me know which side is the front. I did that when I was making this blanket before, so I totally get it. I am loving that, and I am really interested in making a square mandala. So I'm curious about this one. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it for sure. I love the colors you picked. This one is done by the beautiful Ludima. She is on Instagram, which is where I got this from. As I was saying earlier in this video, I'm so bad about forgetting to include posts where I get tagged on Instagram. And I actually almost forgot, but it's in here. I didn't forget, and it is looking gorgeous. Thank you so much for participating and for tagging me on Instagram. And there we have it, folks. Week 2 of our mandalas. I am absolutely thrilled with all the participation. Thank you guys so much for sending in your stuff. And as always, guys, if you're watching this video and you have a minute, feel free to drop a comment and say some positive, encouraging words to the people who submitted pictures. You know, they're going outside of their comfort zone a lot of times and sharing something with a lot of people. And it's just nice to have some positive words left for them. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you on the next video, my nomies.